Good morning, brother.
How's it going?
Can't complain, man. Coffee's ready to rock. See, I drink coffee. Are you drinking water or you already had a coffee?
Water. No, I'm trying this new thing, 2 weeks without coffee.
What is wrong with you? We're done.
I
Bye.
know.
Nice to
So,
talk to you.
nice to see you guys. See you next
N-
time.
Nothing you say for the rest of the show, I will believe. Okay, a guy who doesn't drink coffee every morning. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say that's real magic. Making coffee disappear from my routine has been real magic.
How many days are you in?
Um, 3 weeks.
Wow. 3 weeks. So is there a thing that start like why?
Well, my wife, it's a health, mind, body, and spirit coach,
Okay.
and she's now like launching her personal business for about 3 months ago, and we're just watching her change a different life, live a different life, create magic in her own way, right?
Mm.
And has inspired me. I've lost 10 pounds since she has coached me with some smoothie challenges that she's now doing. And coffee was one of the things she eliminated, and she encouraged me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta get in touch with her because I was doing the opposite. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do my intermittent fasting thingies and only drink coffee till like lunchtime,
Mm.
and then bring in a bit of like food, not carbs, to sort of maintain for the rest of the day, kind of thing. And black coffee, got rid of sugar or try to, and milk and dairy and stuff. So it's. I was like, whoa, this is a difference. I'm gonna call up Alice and say what up.
Yeah.
Before we get too far into the game, uh, you wrote a book.
Oh, yes. Look at that beautiful thing.
Look at that. Tell me about a book, homie.
Well, my book is called Sleight of Mind: How to Create and Experience Magic in Your Life. And we'll talk
Okay.
about why magic in a second, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's the book.
This is why I do this podcast or podcast. I'm so old. The kids. This is why I do the IG. What up, young people?
That's it.
I needed an outlet to write my chapters, and I was like, sitting in front of a keyboard and typing. That's so old school. Who does that? I'm gonna get out and speak, and then in doing so, connect with some of the people I love, like you, and then turn that into chapters. And that's kind of where all this kind of ended up. So one day may the magic find me and I can publish, this dream book that I've been trying to do for so long. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about today. I'm so happy you're here. The topic for today, the topic for this entire week is about, and you and I love this topic,
Mm.
recognizing the signs in our lives. So many of us blindly just live.
Mm.
And a lot of the signs that point to our best life, points to our best relationships, points to our best career. They go just because you're on this path. You're like, yo, I'm in the car. I know what I'm doing. Our parents have given me this life. School's taught me some things. Boom, I'm going until crash, and then you're like midlife crisis, midlife this,
Yeah.
midlife that. So that's what I'm talking about. I've been blessed to find some really good moments in life where I had some signs that pointed me in the right direction, and sometimes may point me in the wrong direction, so I can get lost for a bit and then find my right way. And you got so many signs, bro. So I want to dissect. I want to rewind. I want you to take me back to Mexico,
Mm.
and the things that you were doing and how the younger version of Rod on the path that I met you on as an art director at an incredible agency to the guy who went through self-discovery, wrote a book and all this stuff. So take me back to the
Wow.
history. Take me back to that.
Let's talk about those signs. So I love it because now that I get to take a bigger look at the bigger picture, it's beautiful, right? Okay. So picture a 17-year-old, 18-year-old Rodrigo, his girlfriend at the time, high school girlfriend, sweetheart, right? Tells me, listen, I want to go study internationally. And the only thing that's stopping me is you. Because we
Woo!
loved each other, right? We love each other a lot. And I said, I wanted to be the hero. And I said, that's not going to be the case. We're going to try long distance, but you're not going to not pursue your dream because of me.
Right.
In that moment, I my life felt empty. She left. We're still dating, but long distance to Switzerland, Mexico, Switzerland. That's long.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
long,
yeah.
bro.
So I took a look at my life. My girlfriend, which I thought in that age I was going to marry,
Yeah, yeah.
and my sister, another very important woman in my life, had left. My sister was now in Canada. So I am in Mexico. This girlfriend is in Switzerland. My sister is in Canada. Two very important women, my sister and my best friend, have gone. So I felt really alone. And I left too to
Mm.
Canada, not with my sister because being the badass brother is like, I'm not going to go follow my sister.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
first went to Calgary instead of here, Toronto.
Sorry to
So
hear, man.
that's a little bit.
Sorry to hear.
I, it was my first winter, minus 45. I was like, what did I do? What did I do? Yeah.
And then
So
and
that's the
then
start.
yeah. So was Calgary a reaction to not going to Toronto, or did you have a reason to go to Calgary?
It was a reaction. It
Okay.
was a reaction. Younger brother, me, did not want to follow my sister's shadow because
Right.
that has been the story throughout.
Right.
In Calgary, though, I broke up with that girlfriend long distance. It didn't work out. I gained 45 pounds. So life pointed me to the first depression, to the first harsh
Right.
experience.
That's crazy, man. You're in a
Yeah,
new
yeah.
country. Did you already know? Like, I think a lot of us that, when we look back in our life and we're like, oh, that didn't work out or this worked, we kind of already knew. We just waited for it to happen. Do you already kind of have a feeling that, hey, when she gets on that plane and heads to Switzerland, this is not really going to happen?
Yes. That, and as well as when I landed in Calgary, first semester, I knew.
Mm.
I knew. And you at home right now listening or watching this, you know.
Yeah.
When something is not working, you know. Your heart knows. Maybe not the mind. The
Right.
heart.
Which is incredible, right? Because when we talk about signs, we say, well, it's not like you're in a car driving where you visually see the road map where you can pick where to go. And, I'm 45. I come from a day where we had to take out the map, get that red Sharpie, draw the line, on a map. This is a path I'm going to
Yeah.
go. You always had a co-pilot because you can't ride yourself. And we knew all the truck stops and the food stops. So you at least you kind of plan the path. Now with GPS, you kind of autopilot and you miss
Yeah.
more. You miss more, right?
Yeah.
Especially now, like, I've got a Tesla. The thing drives itself. I'm kind of like, all right, what's going on? But so much of our early signs are gut moves, and nobody trains us how to listen to the gut. You know what I'm saying? So now you're in Canada. I love the fact that you're like, okay, Calgary's not the spot. I got to get the hell out of here. And then
It
now
took
you
two
moved to
years,
Toronto.
though. It
Yeah.
took 2 years. So when I moved to Toronto, went to Humber College for advertising. And long story short, that's where my advertising career started for 10 years. I
Mm.
won awards. Was part of a bunch of really successful agencies, met beautiful people like you, and met the love of my life.
Oh, amazing. And she just joined. So amazing. Uh, so why advertising?
Oh, again, those signs. I know you know this, but you listening, I know you know this. When I was a boy, I watched the movie What Women Want with Mel Gibson.
That's awesome.
I know. So
That's awesome.
let me just cut it here. I'm gonna talk about what they do in that movie,
Right.
not what the intention of the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
In that movie, him and Helen Hunt, they're fighting for a creative director position.
Right.
They work in advertising, and I love the fact that someone could just sit in a room and imagine how to be poetic and creative with other people. That movie inspired me so much that I wanted to be an advertising guy.
Right.
And I did. And I did
Yeah.
for 10 years. So that was a pursuit of that dream till Toronto.
Right. I share a similar story. I come from a tech background, but I've always had this creative voice, but I didn't know how to have an outlet for it. And most of the times, the outlet in my culture was looked at as a troublesome kid. Oh, you want to be a painter? Or get out of here. You want to do music? What the hell's wrong with you? So I was put in this academic box, which took me to this life of computer science and technology and all this stuff. But in all of those, I was like, well, where can I find a moment of like me that I can inject into it? And then after I sold my second company, I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to be in tech. I'm prepared to walk away from tech. That's how much I hate it. And then I get a call from a buddy who's running a agency, and he's like, we got some issues. I could use some help. I know you're in between companies. You want to hang out? And my wife was pregnant. I was like, I gotta get out of the house. She had the bell, and I was like, I gotta get out. And I was like, yo, listen, man, like you're not that pregnant. You can get your own damn food. I gotta go. So I left, and I remember walking into the company, and they're walking people around, and I was like, wait a second, what is this advertising world? Why are they paying you to daydream? There's no bad ideas. Everything is conceptually, beautiful. And I fell in love, and then I started my agency, and then I met you after I sold the company and all this kind of stuff. But even in those early days, man, I struggled with like sharing my thoughts and ideas. Even when people were like, "Oh, that's a good idea," or "That's a," I mean, we won business and we won clients and we won awards. There was always like this battle inside of like, maybe I'm faking it, because I've been told so long I'm not a creative person. How did you get adjusted to this vision that you had as a creative director, and then you're in there doing it?
Funny enough, it's not until I wrote my book, and we'll get into that, because the book is a result of me falling into a big depression, 3 sicknesses attacking my body. I needed to change my life, but we'll get into that. But it was not until my book that I realized that me and you listening, you already have everything you need to live a life full of happiness, love, peace, and joy. But even accepting myself in advertising, that my job was to create ideas, I still had I was self-conscious. And it's not until right now that we're going to talk about quantum physics and neuroscience and spirituality. It's not till I study these things that I know who I am right now. And I know, Satish, I see it. You know who you are.
100%.
And it's from that point that you're not afraid anymore.
Yeah, and it's an interesting thing when we talk about who we are, right? And I was reading, the bio you sent me, and especially the one statement that really got to me is like, this idea that how are we from a natural state of being in love, happiness, peace, and joy? And I'm like, look, those are the 4 toughest things. We get 1 out of the 4 in our lifetime. It feels like we hit the jackpot. This guy's telling me I can get all 4 of those things. And I don't even know if I believe I deserve all 4. Why should I deserve love and happiness and peace and joy? Fuck have I done to the world to deserve any of that? Which is a huge mindset breakthrough. We don't get what we don't believe we deserve.
And that is magic.
So let's talk about the book.
Yes, let's do that. So we'll jump into, why do I say that I truly believe those 4, love, happiness, peace, and joy, are your birthright. You don't have to do anything. When I'm talking to you, when I'm going to the grocery store and there's someone helping me, just in my head, I'm always, thank you. Thank you. Like to you. Thank you for just being. There's so much to say. We have been raised to believe that you need to do something to obtain something.
Right.
And that is not true.
Say it again, man. Say it again.
Yeah. You're raised to believe that you need to do something to obtain something. I need to go to work to obtain money. I need to do something good for someone to like me. I need to do this for someone to accept me. And that, my friend, is a lie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that is literally your life. Like from the early days of memories, if we go back as kids, it's you do this and you get dessert. You get good grades and you get Christmas presents. Even Christmas presents, are you on Santa's good list or bad list before you get a present? So if we've been trained in that mindset from the very start on good moments and bad moments where we are reinforced, because you didn't do this, this happened to you. how do you start to think the way you do? Which is chapter 4. I'm just kidding.
Which is yeah, it's pretty much chapter 4. Was right in the beginning of the book. You don't have to go through what I'm going to express. This was my journey, and I'm sure you had yours. My life in 1 year was hit with 3 diseases. The last one being my appendix exploded. Had to be rushed to the hospital. In that hospital bed, after everything was safe and it was good, I had one thought. And I said to myself, if I don't change the way I think and I feel, I will probably won't be living next year. I won't be alive.
Okay.
I won't be alive. Because now it's studying what I do, again, neuroscience, quantum physics, and spirituality. Disease is the result of your thoughts and negative feelings. And disease is just the expression. Your body needs to express that emotion. Everything is energy. So your body expresses that through disease.
Crazy, bro. You're messing me up right now because my coffee is still kicking in. I was like, what is this guy saying? Okay, so the emotional imbalance,
correct,
is expressed through a form of a disease, and there's tons of different diseases that we're still trying to understand what is happening. In many ways, if I get real personal, I had a very unhappy dad who never really understood his purpose, and the minute he retired, he didn't know what to do with himself. Self-doubt, anger, loss of his life in the sense of like didn't have a vision for himself other than I have to work to provide for my family. I'm convinced led to him getting cancer, even though he never drank, he never smoked. And it's an emotional imbalance, a chemical imbalance, whatever, you explained it. And we couldn't solve it because he never internally decided to like heal.
And you just did something. So I have in my courses, in my lectures, I have seminars too. I give a very good example on what happens in your body. And you inspired me to share this. You were like this when you're talking about that experience. What is this? Tension, right? Right now, if you close your fist, you're tense. Imagine not opening your fist for 1 week. What would happen? Oh, it will be pain. Imagine not opening your fist for 5 years or 10 years. That thing will get purple. That thing will stop working. This is what's happening inside of you when you feel anger, stress, and fear. So if you've been living in survival emotions for a long period of time, inside of you, this is how you're living. It's a matter of time. It could take 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, but some disease will come. And I'm learning how to let go, how to open again.
Right. So for the non-believers, because there's a lot of us, partially including me, I still don't fully believe that I've lived a life where I deserve those 4 things, and when I look at the way you talk, how many naysayers go, but Rod, the reason you're so enlightened is you lived a life that led you to 3 big diseases, and those 3 big diseases allowed you to refocus on the things that are important. But what if that fucking didn't happen and you're the world's greatest art director working some company for 10 years and married and have a beautiful life and all this stuff, and you never got to a point of this diseases that you mentioned that was a catalyst for what you become? I don't have that path. What if that never happens to me? How can I start to think about the way you think without a 3 disease punched in my head, or my dad experiencing cancer, or me being bedridden for 6 months with a cancer scare that changed my perspective on life? How do we get people not to experience something so massive to start to have a breakthrough?
Beautiful question, because that's what we were getting into. That's what happened to me. It doesn't have to happen to you. I want to encourage people now to, instead of waiting to change from a place of need, because you don't have any other way to go but change unless you're going to die, right? Instead of changing from a place of pain, why don't start changing from a place of bliss? Maybe you don't have to go there. You don't have to go to that black corner, to that dark days. Now, wherever you are in your life, the key is this. And I talk about it in my book. We've talked about it, and I love your conversation too. You mentioned labels. I mentioned habits. Right now, this is a mind-blowing thought for 9 a.m. You think you are your name. You think you are your nationality, your gender, your age, even your job title. But let me tell you something, my friend. That's not who you are. All of that, where was it created? Yesterday. Either your name, nationality, gender, and age, you didn't even choose. So you cannot be something you don't choose to be.
Woo! Woo! What just happened? Rod,
Recognizing that will give you so much freedom.
Rod, what just happened? Can I take a
I know.
minute time out? I need to have a drink. Guys, if you're listening to this in the podcast, if you're watching this on IG right now or later, my goodness, please go and follow this man. Go get that book. I'm already like, what just happened? Because everything that we're owning, you just took it away. The business
Mm.
card of my career, the business card of my life, just got ripped up. And I was like, what the hell? Now there's an emptiness, there's a
Mm.
void, there's a crisis. And the reason I agree with this so much on a fundamental level, for those of you that are following me for a really long time, I've had multiple sales of companies, but each one of them, the gap to the next company was very small. I almost kind of knew what I wanted to do next before I got out of the first one. So I did that 3-4 times since the age of 20. But at 43, after I sold the agency, Blue Band, I didn't know what to do next. And for the very first time, there was an emptiness of identity because I wasn't CEO Sats B. I wasn't the guy that was in my head for over a decade. And some of the bigger struggles I had when we were working together. I would get up in the morning, come to the office because I had to. They were paying me to be there. And I've never done anything because somebody paid me to do it.
Mm.
And all this clashes and identity things happen. And so you just created the same anxiety by saying, hey man, your name, your gender, your title, all of that stuff, your culture,
Culture, family, everything. You didn't choose this.
bam. So now what? How do you
Now what?
start? Like, now what? You've cleared the table.
Yes.
I'm sitting there going, Rod, feed me now. I'm hungry. I don't know what I'm doing.
And when you recognize that all of that was created in the past, because even today, you wake up in the morning and the first thing your brain does, consciously and unconsciously, is gathers information. Oh, my name is Rodrigo. I live in Toronto. I'm married. I'm a man. I'm from Mexico too. Now, I started my day living in the past. And you're asking me, how do I get then over that? How do I stop carrying the pain, carrying the lack, carrying what happened yesterday that hurt me? When you recognize that all of this is in the past, and you start, Satish, if I was going to ask you, who are you? You will respond with your name, your nationality. But if I was going to respond to you, to ask you, what are you? That is like, wait a minute, what do I mean, what am I? My answer to you, and this is truly who I believe you are first, you, my friend, are perfect. You are beautiful. You are magnificent. And you are the universe expressed in physical form.
Jeez.
So one more element. You are a miracle. That's why you can create miracles. And what do I mean by this? I'll close it so we can jump into this. Your body, and this is science, now I'm not going anything beyond science now. You are more than 50 trillion cells, right? You have more than 50 trillion cells. What keeps those cells working or glued together as you? That is divine intelligence. It's a consciousness inside. You are the consciousness inside. That's who you are first. Then you are your labels.
Mm.
So you got to go back to recognizing that you are a freaking miracle, my friend. You don't have to do
Mm.
anything to breathe, to have your heart beat. You don't have to do anything to be alive. You just have to be. That's gold.
I'm never speechless because you know I can talk about anything all day, every day. This is one of the most profound 9 a.m. conversations I've had. What an incredible way to like reposition it. What am I versus who am I? And what am I is an energy source, a manifestation of the universe, and a miracle. Mind is blowing, bro. And guys, if we start the morning with that is what I am, then who I am is not as important as what I can do with that knowledge of what I am. Because then I recognize the universe in everybody I meet. Then I
Yes.
recognize the
Yes.
peace in everybody I see. Then nobody really stresses you out because how can the day go bad when it's a bunch of stuff versus what I am? Am I on the right path here?
You, my friend, have hit the gold. When you start your day by celebrating that all you are is a divine intelligence, you don't have a life. You are life. Then you can go outside and someone cuts you off. Now instead of being angry, because how dare you, person with a name, with a nationality, cut me off with my name and my nationality and blah blah blah. But now knowing that I am divine intelligence and you are divine intelligence and we are exactly the same, just in a different case. Now you cut me off. I hope everything is okay with you. I hope you get where you need to go. And I hope nothing is in big rush. Please go ahead. I am so glad that it was me so I can slow down. No, there's no accidents. Please go in your way. Because you're me.
Yeah, you are. Guys, I don't know if you get the bombs just now, man. Dude started with we're no different except we're in a different case.
Yes.
But inside the case, you are me. Can you imagine looking at everybody in life
Oh,
starting at 10 a.m. today, where you literally tell yourself, you are me. And if you are me, then
why
we
would I
are
be
the
upset?
same. Why would anything you do upset me? Wow, bro, this is crazy. Um, Talk to him about granular stuff now. I get
Yes.
it. My
Yeah.
fans get it. We get it. We're going, okay, we're seeing the signs. We're seeing discomfort. We're seeing this tension. To release it, we start to accept ourselves as a divine intelligence, as a being more than than a title and a gender.
Yeah.
How can I start to look for these things? Does happiness and love and peace and joy now just happen? Do I have to create routines and habits and new things to invite them into my life, so that I can
Yeah.
start to like how does that thought pattern, emptying myself of these titles and labels, allow me to attract those four things I desperately want: joy, happiness, peace, love?
I'm going to tell you my two sleight of mind magic habits. And then please remind me that I really want to tell you why I talk about magic, because I found beautiful analogy between magic and miracles. For me now, magic means miracles, creating miracles in my life.
Right.
But here's to answer your question: where to start?
Yeah, let's get to work. Now what?
Yeah. Okay, two habits that you can start creating magic in your life. Number one, live inspired. I'm going to explain what that means. To live inspired, if you separate the word inspired, this is beautiful. You can find two words. Those words are in spirit. So inspired means to be in spirit. And I'm encouraging you to live in spirit. What does that mean?
Mm.
You, Satish, I've seen you, buddy. I've seen you when you put those tunes, you have your headphones and you're DJing. You close your eyes, you feel the music, you are in spirit, you are inspired.
Right.
You, in that very moment, you're not thinking, my name is Satish. You're not thinking, my background is this, my job title is this. In that moment where you're in spirit, where are you? I don't know. But you are your true essence. So please do things that inspire you. Is it cooking? Is it playing music? Is it dancing? Is it writing? Is it talking about how to create magic in your life?
Right.
What inspires you? That's number one.
Wow. Yeah, and it's funny you say it, because when COVID hit and all my projects went to shit and all of my work and things that I do disappeared, I just started DJing every night. I went online. We called it Sofa Sessions. We haven't missed a day, and we've done over 130 shows. And every single night, I get to play music, be online, and that 30 to 40 minutes moves the fastest in my life.
Time doesn't exist when you are in spirit.
Mm.
Time is only perceived when you are a human and you are in lack and you are in fear. But when you are your true self, and you know this, when you go on vacation, where did the time go?
Yeah. Yeah, or like when you're
DJ.
married and it's like 25 years, like, what happened? How did 25 years pass? Crazy.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And we must be in spirit.
You are, my friend.
Listen, talk to me about the word magic and miracles, because magic for me is something we experience in childlike wonder. And then at some point we try to catch the magician because we're an adult now and it becomes a rational process. And then we truly give up that there's something called magic.
Yeah.
Right? But you've turned that into a miracle.
Yes.
Walk me through.
So I was also a magician, and I loved magic. I love how something impossible can become possible. But you're right. The first 3 seconds, if I show you a good magic trick, your brain is at awe. You are at awe. But then, yeah, after those 5 seconds, your analytical brain is, how did he do it? He's not going to get me. So my premise of my book and everything I talk about is, what if we could live our lives 24/7 in that state of awe? So here it is. I've realized magic as an art form and creating miracles in your life happen in 3 stages. Here they are. Number 1, magic or miracles happen in the present now. If I was about to show you a magic trick and you missed the moment where I do the thing or the wow happened because your cell phone rang, or it doesn't matter what, you missed the magic. What I want you to know is that miracles are always happening in front of you. Miracles, Albert Einstein used to say, there's only 2 ways to live your life. The first one is as though nothing is a miracle. The second one is as though everything is a miracle.
Ooh,
It's your choice.
Okay. All right. Keep going, my brother.
That's
2.
number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, magic happens. Oh, this is the most fearful for people. Magic or a miracle happens in the unknown. So how much of your life, I'm going to ask you at home, how much of your life you have already planned? You know what's happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. You know your schedule. Are you leaving some room for the unknown? That's where the miracle is. So I'm encouraging you, start practicing to live even 1 hour. What are you going to do 1 hour? I don't know. Start practicing the unknown.
Wow.
It's like a joke. If I was going to tell you the end of a joke, it wouldn't be funny before I tell you the joke.
Right.
Right?
Wow. Okay. Number 3.
Okay. Oh, my favorite. Oh, are you ready for this?
Yes. Hit me.
Pow, pow, pow. Number 3. Magic happens in your mind. I know where the trick is done. If I'm doing a trick, I know where the magic move is. Magic doesn't happen in my hands. Magic doesn't happen in me. Magic happens in your mind. You create the experience of magic. So for you to create miracles in your life, stop waiting for something in the outside to change the inside. You got to go inside. You got to go inside.
Whoa! Jesus Christ! You gotta go inside because the magic is happening on your brain now. What the magician is doing, that's where the miracle is. My dude, what a great way to connect the three, man. Looking back 2 years ago, looking back 3 years ago, how much of what you're doing today, the book, the passion, the sharing of your philosophy and connecting the dots with people, how much of this was a vision that you manifested? How much of it is a reaction to what you happened? How did you get here from your mindset?
About 5 minutes ago, we were talking about 2 magic habits, and I only shared one, was to live inspired. This is the beautiful how it led to this. The second one is your wonderful human imagination. Imagination is not a child thing. Imagination is not a creative person thing. Imagination is a spiritual thing. Imagination, there's a law called the law of creation. The law of creation says that everything in this physical world is first created in the non-physical world. The non-physical world is a world full of energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your feelings are energy. Your imagination grabs thoughts and feelings and creates your physical world.
Woo!
So to answer your question, 2 years ago, I started to imagine a Rodrigo that would be able to share his story, his life, inspiring everyone, talking in front of people, giving workshops to transform you and keep helping me learn all about this. And that it all started in my human imagination. I saw myself doing this. So that is my tip for you at home. Your imagination is your superpower. What are you using it? Are you imagining yourself? I imagine myself being in front of people, giving courses, helping others, giving my life, my gift. We're talking about the magic gift. Giving my purpose, my gift to others. It all started with my imagination. Now, this is what I do. Full time,
Wow.
baby.
Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You are in my top 5 of favorite humans. I love everything about you and how you think and how you put stuff together and how much clarity you bring in very quick conversations, which really demonstrates the life you live. It's not just a book. It's a manifestation of the life you live. People are already buying it. Nirmala's already ordered it. It's amazing. As a fellow, no, I'm going to say the way you wanted me to say it. As a fellow author,
Yes.
who's publishing a book in the next 3 months about how to create a life where you can literally write your own blueprint. What is some advice for me as I every single day battle between I can do this and I don't deserve to do this?
I'm writing my second book. I'm 2/3 of the way. And in that book, I give the magic formula for me to start living your day. So I would encourage you, Satish, to, when you wake up in the morning, protect a quiet space just for you, maybe 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, if you will. It's not for your family. It's not for the world. It's just for Satish. It's to go within. I'm not asking you to meditate. I'm not asking you to pray. If that's what you do, amazing. You have practices. But I'm asking you to use your imagination. And simply, on those 15 minutes, start to see yourself allowing miracles in your life. You don't have to know what, and you don't have to know how. The how is the important thing. The how is not up to you. That's what is called a miracle. The how is not up to you. What is up to you, though, is sit, relax, connect with divine intelligence first. I am not Satish. I am not. I am this. I am a loving energy of love. From that place, you simply allow and say, I deserve. I am happiness. I am, right? Hopefully this helps, but every single second of your life, you're really saying I am to something. Think about this for 1 second. Every second I am happy. I am listening to this. I am engaged. I am angry. I am this. Every second of your day, you're saying an I am unconsciously. You're not repeating it, but you are saying it. So I'm asking you for 15 minutes of your day to sit in silence and repeat, connect with your heart, with the feelings that you want to live the entire day. I am happy. I am love. I am abundant. I allow miracles to be in my life. I deserve love. I am love.
Incredible, man. Guys, the banner is right here. Please go get this man's book, Sleight of Mind, How to Create and Experience Magic in Your Life. I love the book. It's not a big read. It's a mind-changing perspective, not for some like wealthy, rich dude living in some crazy mansion. This is Rod. You'll probably run into him at the superstore if you go down to Toronto. Is an everyday dude that's found a way to connect the dots, which is what I've been doing with these morning conversations for you and for myself, to connect the dots, to go, man, I have this thing I want to get out, but I don't know how to express it. I don't know how to talk about it. In every conversation, it allows me to get a little bit closer to how I want to express kind of what you're doing. And I'm inspired. I look up to you, and I'm hoping one day, really soon, we can exchange books and be like, hey, man, this is my book versus here's my business card that we did a long time ago.
Wait, let me do this for 1 second. I see it.
Awesome,
Gotta see
man.
it. Gotta see it in there.
That means so much to me. Listen, I love you for joining me this morning. Guys, the link will be in the description and everywhere else that I'm tagging this thing on. We have so much incredible nuggets of inspiration. I can't wait to re-listen to it and chop it up and make it into some incredible pieces of content the world has to hear. Parting thoughts, closing comments.
Oh, you do have a purpose in your life. This is for you at home and all of us. You have a purpose in life. You don't need to go find your purpose. Your purpose comes within, from within. You simply have to allow it. And your purpose in life, like me, Satish, like you, it's the same. We all share one purpose. I am here to love you. How we express, how it comes through, mine is through magic. You, Satish, is through music and your wonderful work that you're putting out there with these and everything you're doing. At home, you know, you have the blueprint inside.
Incredible.
You know.
Incredible. Listen, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to go digest all this stuff. I appreciate it. I will call you later and say what's up. But thank you for your time, guys. Please go get the book. It's on Amazon.
Amazon.ca, Amazon.com, wherever you live, it's in your Amazon.
And where do they follow you beyond Instagram?
Yeah,
Facebook?
Yes, please connect with me on Facebook, Rodrigo Diaz Mercado, because I'm doing workshops. I'm going to do a workshop at the end of August. It's creating magic in your life. It's through Zoom. We get to interact. You get to ask me questions now specifically. And it's 5 classes, 1 each week. So 5 weeks, 1 hour each. So the information is on Facebook. I'll share it with you, Satish, if you can share it. That's awesome.
Amazing, man. I'm all in. Guys, please help me thank Rodrigo. Comment below after we're done. My dude, thank you so much. I will see you soon.
Thank you, brother.